About a week ago, we had a chance to talk to Gary Mostert, who is from South Africa, originally Cape Town, and wound up in Bonneville because of love. What better reason? And since he's been in Bonneville, he's been wanting to give back to the community. And so when we talked to Gary last week, he had more than begun. He was a good portion through his odyssey cycling from Cold Lake to Vancouver. And Gary, first of all, good morning to you.
Good morning, Bruce. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. And I think when we talked last week, you were in Evansburg, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, that's right. We were on Evansburg.
So it's actually been less than a week, and I understand you've already made it into BC.
Yes, I'm in Little Fort this morning, a small little town with no power today.
Oh, man.
Interesting.
You know, and I've done that that drive many times. I can't even remember where Little Fort is. Is it past Valemont?
Yes, it's Valemont, Clearwater, and then Little Fort.
Oh my goodness, you're doing well. Good for you, Gary. So you're pretty much on schedule then to make it to Vancouver by the 20th, I would think.
Yes, according to the planned mileage, I'm about 40 kilometers ahead of myself. But we did it on purpose because of the climbs that's ahead of us by merit and stuff. So, yeah, we're excited. We're doing well. There's a little bit of rain, a little bit of wind today, but we'll grind through it and we'll make it.
Has it been a little bit cooler since you've gotten into the mountains as well, Gary?
The mornings were cooler, but the days were hot. Till yesterday we had 25 degrees. So
wow,
it was really good.
Yeah, so you're having to hydrate a lot, I guess. Do you use electrolytes as well? Those kind of drinks as well, Gary?
Yeah, I'm on a supplement with electrolytes in it, and then lots of water. I drink about 8 liters of water in 100 kilometers. So
wow. Well, you have to, I guess. Obviously,
it's the luxury of having a support vehicle with you.
Yeah, I didn't even talk about that. Who's with you on this trip, Gary?
My wife was with me last time we spoke, but we switched out with a friend of mine that he's from Edmonton, lives in Bonneville now. His name is Barry Denning. He owns a company called The Bear Biker Wear, and he graciously decided to come and follow me for this last half of the journey from Valemont to Vancouver. So he's been with me for 2 days now. And it's been fun. It's been interesting. Oh,
any adventures that have happened? Have you seen any bears or anything like that?
No, I was jokingly calling in a moose out of my boredom cycling the other day, and when I looked over in the valley, there was a moose bull.
Oh, man.
I don't think it came to my call. I'm a South African. I know nothing about calling moose. But, yeah, that's the only wildlife we've seen so far, a moose and a fox. And lots of trucks.
Oh, wow.
I can't believe how many trucks runs in BC.
Oh, man. That highway especially. Well, it's a good thing. I remember watching a Survivor Man episode one time, and he said, never mind bears. He said, for his money, the most dangerous animal during rutting season in the fall is the moose. So I'm glad it didn't. Wow, man.
Yeah.
What about, now, last time, who is it that is supplying your bike for you, Gary?
Revolution Cycles in Edmonton on Stony Plain Road. They gave me a great deal on some gear, and they sold me my bike 2 years ago, and they've done all the maintenance on it. It's an awesome shop. People can literally walk in the back door from the parking lot right to the service counter, and those guys always bend over backwards to try and help.
That's right. And the machine's holding up well? You've had no mechanical problems or anything?
No, zero mechanical problems, Bruce. I've done almost 1,000 kilometers, and I haven't had a flat yet.
Let me ask you this. When you were in South Africa, did you do a lot of cycling, Gary?
Bruce, there was a time in my life when I was a little bit into triathlon after a girlfriend, but I cycled and I loved cycling, but I could never really afford the sport. It's quite an expensive sport. Yeah. And when we moved to Canada, obviously we got able to afford the sport. But I was 362 pounds last year when I started, and I'm down to, I don't know, like after 10 days of cycling, how much weight do you lose? But I was like 275 when I left home. So, I lost almost 100 pounds in the last year, and I'm not a small guy. I'm not a Lance Armstrong,
Yeah. You're a big frame then. Well, that's awesome. That's fantastic, Gary. You're probably lost more than 100 now. That's really good.
Yeah.
The other question I want to ask, because I know when I go on motorcycle trips, the backside gets a little numb after a while. How's that holding up for you, Gary?
Oh, I'll tell you, I use a product called Fit chamois cream that we put in the shorts, and it helps for the chamois to kind of glue to the butt, if you like. So you don't get bad chafing, but you get some, right?
Okay,
if you
sure.
do 10 days of it, you get quite a bit.
Oh, the mileage.
And I got this fancy skin repair cream that we bought in South Africa last time we were on holidays for about $100. And I used it for the first 2 days, and it just didn't do the job as well as it should have, I think.
Okay.
And then my mom said, I better look. There's a can of Zambuk. It's not a cream. It's more like a wax. There's a can of Zambuk in my first aid kit, and I took that and I started using it, and I'm telling you, my butt is good. I'm good to go. I'm tough now.
That's good. Didn't mean to ask such a personal question, but it's good to know for those who professionally cycle.
I thought I should blog about that, and for some reason I haven't. But bikers and bears, we should start importing that stuff out of South Africa. It's good and it works.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, again, Gary's raising funds for Autism Speaks, and you're blogging. How can people follow you? What's your website, Gary?
The blog page is redneckswithacause.wordpress.com.
All right.
And yeah, there's links on there they can follow for support me, and they can read the blogs. It's quite funny. Me and Barry get up to a lot of funny things when we stop to fill up water and stuff, and it's
I bet.
Yeah,
wow.
We're loving it. It's really been an experience.
Well, it's fun talking to you, Gary. I'm sure this won't be the last time. We'll talk again soon. Thank you.